As you enter your 60s, your life begins to change in ways that you may not be fully prepared for. One of the most obvious changes is the support system you have with your family and friends. For most of your life, you have relied on your family, friends, and loved ones to help you, but as you age, this support becomes less available. Your family may be busy with their own lives, jobs, and families, and sometimes, despite their unconditional love for you, they may not always be there for you. These changes can leave you feeling alone or even helpless if you are not prepared. But it is important that you do not rely solely on others to ensure your safety and well-being. To cope with these changes, you need to build a stronger support system, not only from your family, but also from outside sources. We cannot rely on others to maintain our independence and security in life, but we must learn to build a solid foundation for ourselves. Consider the story of Anne, a 65-year-old woman who experienced many difficulties as she entered old age. Throughout her life, she had always had family and friends to support her, but when she reached her 60s, she began to realize that her loved ones could not always be there when she needed them. Anne had thought that her family would always be her main source of support, but as she faced challenges in life, she realized that she could not rely on them completely. She realized that her family may love her very much, but they also have their own lives and sometimes cannot provide all the things she needs. Instead of feeling sad or helpless, Anne decided to build her own support system. She began to develop 6 important pillars in her life that helped her maintain her independence, security, and confidence. These pillars are not just a substitute for family, but solid elements that will help her face any difficulties in the future. From controlling her finances, maintaining good health, building strong social relationships, finding her purpose in life, to developing emotional resilience and flexibility in life, and has created a stronger foundation of support than anyone else. Anne's story is a reminder that age is not a reason to be dependent on others. You can take the initiative to build your own life, finding resources and support that do not always come from family. Building these pillars will not only help you maintain your independence, but also help you feel more secure and confident in life after 60. 1. Financial independence. As we enter our 60s and beyond, one of the most important pillars of our lives is our finances. Financial security not only provides peace of mind and freedom, but also protects you from being dependent on your family. While family and friends are always loving and supportive, they may not always be there, especially when you encounter sudden financial difficulties. Therefore, building a solid financial foundation is very important so that you can live independently and confidently in any situation. Think about the story of Jack, 72 years old. All his life, Jack always thought that when he encountered financial difficulties, his children would be the ones to help him. He had supported his children many times in the past years, from helping with their education costs, to taking out loans when they needed them. However, when Jack encountered an unexpected health problem, he realized that what he had predicted did not always happen. His children, although they loved him very much, were facing their own financial difficulties. They had their own loans, family expenses and jobs, which made them unable to provide Jack with the financial support he expected. This was a shock to Jack, as he had always believed that his family was his only source of financial support. It was from this experience that Jack realized that, in order to be independent in life and not have to depend on others, he needed to plan his finances more carefully. He began to spend time learning about personal finance, how to save, invest, and prepare for emergencies. Jack invested in health insurance to reduce the financial burden when he encountered health problems. He also started saving and finding stable sources of income to ensure that in any situation, he could stand on his own without having to rely on his children. Jack's experience teaches us an important lesson: never rely on others to ensure your financial security. You need to proactively build a clear financial plan for yourself. This does not mean you have to become rich, but knowing how to manage your expenses, save for emergencies and ensure a stable source of income from investments or insurance. Regularly check your retirement income, and always make sure you have enough money to deal with unexpected situations in life. Preparing financially now will help you be more confident about the future, and no longer have to worry about depending on others in the years to come. Strong finances are the pillars that help you maintain independence and security in life, so that you can enjoy the years after 60 to the fullest. 2. Physical health. As we enter our 60s, one thing we begin to realize is that our health becomes a priceless asset. It is the key to our independence and freedom in life. In the past, you may have thought that health was just something you had and didn't need to worry about. But as you age, you will realize that health is not just a physical issue, but also affects your ability to enjoy life, work, and even maintain your freedom in your later years. If you don't take good care of your health, your freedom will be lost, and you may find yourself having to rely on others to do simple tasks that you could do easily before. Think about the story of Carl, a 68-year-old man. After retiring, Carl felt like he could relax and not worry as much about his health as before. But gradually, he noticed that his health was not what it used to be. Things that he could do easily before, like walking, going up and down stairs, or even doing chores around the house, now became more difficult. Carl felt more tired after every short walk and found that his body was no longer as flexible as before. This worried him, because he realized that if he did not change his habits, his health would continue to decline, and his freedom would be limited. Realizing this, Carl decided to make a change. He started taking gentle exercise classes to maintain his flexibility. He also changed his diet, focusing on eating healthy foods to provide his body with enough nutrients. Although these changes were not easy at first, over time, Carl felt healthier, more active, and was able to do things that he previously thought he could not do. Small changes in his daily routine have brought Carl a big change in his health and the freedom he always wanted. Carl's story is a typical example of the importance of health care after 60. You don't need to join strenuous exercise classes or change your diet too strictly, but create a habit of light exercise every day, such as walking, yoga, or simply stretching exercises to keep your body flexible and healthy. In addition, eating healthy, adding lots of green vegetables, fruits, and nutritious foods will help you maintain good health and prevent diseases of old age. In particular, don't forget to have regular health checkups to detect any serious problems early, so you can intervene promptly and maintain an independent and healthy life. So, consider health as a priceless asset and invest in it right now. By maintaining a healthy routine, you will not only prolong your independence but also enjoy life to the fullest, without worrying about your health or depending on others. Start with small steps, and you will see positive changes in your body and life. 3. Social network. As we age, one of the biggest challenges we face is loneliness. While family and friends are always loving, as we age, people start to have their own lives, and they may not always be there when you need them. Therefore, maintaining and developing social relationships is extremely important, especially as you enter your senior years. These relationships not only help you feel connected to the community, but also have a profound effect on your mental health, clarity of mind, and even your longevity. Feeling lonely not only affects your psychology, but also reduces your physical health, so staying connected with people around you is one of the key factors for a healthy and happy life. Consider the story of Margaret, a 73-year-old woman who has been feeling lonely for a long time because her family is too busy with work and personal life. The phone calls became less frequent, the meetings became less frequent, and Margaret began to feel disconnected from the world around her. The feeling of loneliness gradually became a silent sadness, and she felt more and more distant from life. However, instead of letting herself be overwhelmed by that feeling, Margaret decided to make a change. She started joining community groups and getting to know new people. She found joy in attending meetings, book clubs, and even volunteering. These new relationships not only made her feel useful, but also brought her joy, connection, and a sense of belonging to a community. As a result, Margaret regained her happiness and connection to life. Margaret's story is a clear testament to the importance of social relationships. When you create and maintain these relationships, you not only avoid feeling lonely, but also enrich your life. Social groups, Fun activities such as clubs, workshops, or hobby groups are all great opportunities for you to meet new friends, share common interests, and feel connected to the community. These relationships are not only fun, but also important spiritual support in difficult times. Therefore, the advice for you is to proactively create and maintain social relationships. Joining social groups, participating in activities that help you connect with others will bring many benefits not only emotionally but also mentally. Feeling loved, shared, and connected to the community will help you live a fuller, happier, and healthier life, regardless of age. Remember, you are never too old to start a new relationship, and every connection you create will be a solid brick to build a fulfilling life in the years to come. 4. Feeling of purpose. As you approach your 60s, life begins to change. The roles you have played for most of your life, such as parent, worker, or caregiver, gradually cease to dominate every moment of your day. This change, while a natural transition, can leave you feeling purposeless. Without a day job or significant family responsibilities, you may begin to feel a lack of value or purpose. That is why finding a new purpose after your 60s is so important. A purpose that not only gives you meaning, but also provides you with dynamism, community, and a more fulfilling life. Consider the story of George, a 70-year-old man who felt his life lacked purpose after retirement. For many years, work and family responsibilities were his main motivation to get up every morning, but when he no longer had to go to work, George began to feel uncertain about his future. He no longer felt as valuable as before, and this feeling gradually made him feel lost. However, instead of sinking into that feeling, George decided to find a new purpose in his life. He started volunteering at a school near his home, where he taught children the skills he had accumulated throughout his life. Helping children not only brought George joy, but also helped him feel useful and continue to contribute to the community. He realized that purpose in life does not necessarily come from work, but it can come from passion and dedication to others. George's story is a testament to the fact that life does not always have to be tied to a formal job or a fixed role. Purpose in life can come from simple but meaningful things. It could be volunteering, teaching, or pursuing a hobby you've always loved but never had time for. It could be learning a new skill, getting involved in community service, or even a creative project you've always wanted to do. My advice to you is to find a new purpose or passion, something that you truly love and feel you can make a difference. Try volunteering for a charity, joining a community group, or even just spending time on a hobby. Having a purpose not only helps you maintain your mental health, but it also gives you a sense of accomplishment and worth, no matter your age. When you have a purpose in life, each day becomes meaningful and you feel like you still have a lot to offer the world around you. 5. Emotional resilience. As you enter your senior years, life will not be without challenges. Losses and changes in life can leave you feeling disoriented and difficult. Especially when faced with a major loss, such as the loss of a loved one, it is easy to feel lonely and helpless. But it is your mental strength, your ability to recover emotionally from events, that will help you overcome these difficult times and continue to move forward with peace and resilience. The story of Helen, a 75-year-old woman, is a clear example of this. After losing her husband, Helen fell into a state of sadness and loneliness. In the early days after the loss, she felt like she was falling apart, without the strength or motivation to continue. Her family, although very loving, had their own lives and could not always be there for her when she needed it. Helen realized that her family could not replace the emotional support she needed to overcome this pain. She understood that if she did not learn how to heal her emotions, she would not be able to continue living a meaningful and happy life. Instead of wallowing in sadness, Helen decided to seek help and develop her mental strength. She started attending support groups, where she could meet people going through similar situations and share and help each other. In addition, she also started writing a diary every day, recording her feelings and thoughts. Writing became a way for her to face her pain and gradually soothe her negative emotions. These activities not only helped her release her emotions but also helped her regain her inner peace. Gradually, Helen realized that mental strength comes from within herself, from the ability to face her pain and find healing within herself, instead of relying on others. Helen's story is a reminder that, although life can present difficult challenges, emotional resilience is the key to overcoming them. You don't have to face pain or hardship alone, but you can seek healing from within. Joining a support group, journaling, or even meditating can be great ways to develop this resilience. These activities help you see life in a more positive light, allow you to heal and recover from hardships, and most importantly, help you feel stronger and ready to move on with your life journey. So, the advice is to never ignore your mental strength. Develop emotional resilience through activities that help you connect with your own feelings and thoughts, such as meditation, journaling, or joining a support group. These are powerful tools that will not only help you cope with your struggles, but also help you live a life of strength and peace. Remember that you can heal yourself, and that power is always within you, if you just open yourself up and allow it to grow. 6. Adaptability. As we age, life seems to change constantly. Old habits, long-standing relationships, familiar locations can all change over time. And when faced with these changes, the ability to adapt is a key factor in maintaining prosperity and happiness. Embracing change not only helps you survive, but also helps you live a meaningful life, continue to grow and connect with the world around you. The story of Frank, a 78-year-old man, is a great example of the power of adaptation. Initially, when many of his close friends died or moved away, Frank felt isolated. Social gatherings stopped, and loneliness began to take over his life. He felt like he was losing important relationships, and it became more difficult to stay connected to the outside world. However, instead of giving up, Frank realized that life could still bring new opportunities if he knew how to adapt. Instead of being locked in a feeling of loneliness, Frank began to learn how to use technology, something he had previously found difficult. He learned to use video calls to connect with family and friends, and even joined online discussion groups. Gradually, technology not only helped Frank maintain relationships with loved ones, but also opened up new opportunities to connect with the wider community. He joined discussion groups on topics that he loved, and that helped him feel that he was still valuable, that he could still contribute and connect with the world. Frank's story is a clear testament to the power of adapting to change. When life changes, instead of feeling sad or lost, you can look for new opportunities to expand your horizons and grow. Learning how to use technology, joining online communities, or exploring new hobbies can all be great ways to stay connected and continue to grow. Don't let change be something you fear or give up on, but rather see it as an opportunity to reinvent your life and open new doors. My advice to you is to always be flexible and willing to learn, no matter how old you are. Learn how to use technology, as it is not only a tool to stay connected, but also a way for you to explore a new world. Don't be afraid to experiment and seek out new opportunities, because every change brings an opportunity to grow and enrich your life. Only when you are open to change can you find joy and prosperity in every stage of your life. 7. Conclude. As we age, one of the most important things is to build strong pillars for ourselves to maintain stability, freedom, and security. These pillars not only help you feel more confident in life but also help you face the challenges that age brings. When you have a solid foundation, you will no longer feel lonely or dependent on others to live a full life. You will be able to continue to be self-reliant and maintain independence in all situations. One of the first important pillars is finance. Strong finances help you feel secure, protect you from unexpected events in life and help you not have to rely on others. When you have a good financial plan, you will always be confident that you can take care of yourself without having to worry about bothering your children or loved ones. The next pillar is health. You cannot maintain independence if your health is not good. Take care of your body today so that when you are older, you can still maintain your physical and mental independence. Taking care of your health will not only help you feel better, but also help you maintain your independence for a long time. In addition, social relationships are also an indispensable pillar. Strong relationships help you stay connected and supported during difficult times. Building and maintaining social relationships will help you not feel lonely as you age. Don't forget that connecting with your community and friends also plays an important role in helping you maintain your mental health. Another pillar is purpose. After retirement, you may no longer be a worker or a caregiver, but you can still find a new purpose in life. Find a passion, volunteer, or learn a new skill to keep you feeling useful and energetic. Finally, mental resilience is one of the most important pillars. Life is full of challenges and changes, but if you have emotional resilience, you will always stand firm. This will help you maintain your independence and face difficulties without feeling overwhelmed. The last piece of advice for you is to proactively build and maintain these pillars now. Don't wait until you encounter difficulties to find ways to change. Remember that your strength and independence are the strongest foundation to face life's challenges. When you have strong pillars, you will never feel alone or left behind. Start today, and you will find that each day brings you the joy and freedom you deserve.